It's great to be here this evening, and similar to what Sean had mentioned and to last year, we want to share in a more informal and casual way what your organization has been up to this past year. And after it's over, we will open it up for conversation and certainly questions. As you know, First West has a really unique model in that our member experience is delivered through our regional brands, Envision Financial, Valley First, and Enderby Financial. So with that, I'd like to invite Shelley Besse to join me on stage, the president of the Envision Financial Region. Hi, Shelley.
Big chairs.
How are you tonight?
I'm great, actually, Launi, and I'm really pleased to be here tonight. It's so wonderful to see so many familiar faces, our members, our staff, and many of our guests. It's a great evening, and I appreciate the fact that you actually came out tonight when it's so beautiful outside.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. And Shelley, I want to start off, and Tom and Sean certainly talked about it, about what a great year Envision and First West has related to our membership growth. And in particular, not only did we grow our membership, we grew it relatively well to the rest of the system, which has slow to flat growth. So can you help us understand, what did you do, you and your team, to really get that sort of growth?
Yeah, well, before I answer that question, what I want to do is take the opportunity to thank the members that are here tonight, and more specifically, all of our members, because we would not have achieved the growth last year without you making referrals, both your family and friends, and referring Envision to them. So we really appreciate it, and we want to say thank you. So, it's not one event that occurred in 2012 that helped us achieve our growth. It was several things that really came together and helped us achieve our numbers. And so we actually grew by over 3,900 net new members last year, which is a phenomenal growth. And we're really proud of that. When I think about what really contributed to it, the first thing that comes to mind is the grassroots initiatives that our branches did all during last year. We had hockey day in Abbotsford, we had children identification events, we had barbecues. It was anything to get people to come out to our branches and get to really experience what Envision is all about. And so it was pretty amazing to see the results that we had from those activities. And then I think the other thing that really contributed is our shift to very much an advisory focus. So our people focusing on providing members with full financial advice. And then the other thing that really comes to mind, Launi, is the introduction of our Simply Free account. And our Simply Free account is just that. It's a free account, it's the best account in Canada, and it actually includes free e-transfers. So we're really proud about the results that we've seen with that as well.
Yeah, I have to agree. I think that a highlight for First West and Envision and our other regional brands was without a doubt our Simply Free account. And we really do believe it's the best no-bank account that there is in the province. So congratulations on how you and your team really leveraged that product.
Thanks. And there's other things that we did last year as well. We introduced referral perks. So referral perks gave our members the ability to refer family, friends, and acquaintances through their social networks. So using Facebook and LinkedIn to tell people about Envision and encourage them to join. And there's rewards both for the person who refers and for the person who opens up the account. So we're really proud about launching that last year. And then last is our mobile banking. So we implemented a new mobile banking app last, I think it was May or June, and we've had over 6,000 downloads in the last 10 to 11 months. So it's pretty good results.
Yeah, that's excellent. Our online banking is really growing in a significant way. So what do you have in store for this year?
I laugh when I say this because I could list off lots of things that we're doing this year. I'm very excited about it, actually. But we're actually in the process of launching two really innovative products. And the first is called Home Suite Bonus. And that's all about helping our members save to purchase their new home. And then the second one is what we refer to as our After Grad Bonus. And the After Grad Bonus is to help our members save for their children's education. So they have RESPs as an option, and this really just goes alongside of it in helping them save for their children's education in the future. So we're really excited about that launch as well.
Yeah, it's when I think about our mission, which is to make a real difference in the financial lives of our members, you're certainly introduced some really innovative products, both last year and this year. So besides products, what else do you have in store?
We're going to be introducing remote deposit capture in the next few months, likely in the summer. And for those of you who don't know what remote deposit capture is, we're actually going to be calling it Deposit Anywhere. That's where you take your iPhone and you take a picture of a check, and through our mobile app, you can deposit that check into your account, whether we're having to go to an ATM machine or go to the branch. So you think, as a small business owner, there are many business owners who don't have any more than one employee themselves. And so the fact that they can conduct a lot of their banking without actually having to leave their business is pretty significant. So we're really excited about that, Launi. The other thing that we have that we're going to be launching in the fall is what we refer to as Interact Online Payments. So today, when you want to make a purchase online, you can use your credit card or you can use PayPal. But in the fall, when we launch Interact Online, you'll actually be able to pay for a purchase online right out of your account. So that's pretty exciting. And then there's one other thing I wanted to mention, only because I've received feedback from our members around our member statements. So over the coming months, we're making some changes to provide more clarity and better readability. So that should be coming soon.
Wow, the list just keeps going. That's pretty amazing, and I really like how much we're focusing on the member. Now, earlier you mentioned advisory sales. Maybe you can share with us in terms of what you mean by that and what that looks like for this year.
Sure. About 2 years ago, we started on our journey to shifting to more of an advisory approach. So in the past, if you wanted to do a loan, you went and saw an account manager, and if you wanted to do an investment, you would see a mutual fund investment specialist. So a couple of years ago, we undertook a process of licensing our personal account managers and training them and providing knowledge and expertise in order so that they could actually provide their members with that advice. And what that really allows our people to do is be able to have our members see only one person rather than multiple people. So they're actually being able to do business with the person that they have a relationship with. And that's really important. Mm-hmm. I would encourage any of you, whether you have a financial plan or not, I would encourage you to sit with your personal account manager and have a conversation around planning for the future. I think, I've heard many stories from our teams around how we've been able to help members. Mm-hmm. And I think, that for me, that's really exciting.
Oh, that's great. Hey, the other day I was on your new website, and it looks fantastic.
It is fantastic. And actually, it has a section within the new website that we refer to as Simple Advice. And Simple Advice is just that. There are articles and information and tools that you can use in order to better manage your finances.
Now, I know that we've talked a lot about what we've done from a member, particularly with new products and really on the innovative technology side. But our branches also our branches and our insurance offices also remain really, really important to us, because it's really about accessibility, and many of our members still really want to have that experience, and I would believe it plays really well into the advisory sales model. So maybe you can talk a little bit more to what Tom talked about in terms of our branching investment and what that looks like.
Sure. So last year I would have talked a little bit about this, but last year we moved our Scottsdale retail banking branch to Sunshine Hills, which is about 4 blocks south, and we moved our Scottsdale insurance office to Newton. So when we moved our branch to Sunshine Hills, that was July of last year, we welcomed 857 new members. So that's pretty amazing in a very short period of time. And then with the move of our Scottsdale insurance to Newton, again, we saw some very positive results. The mall there is very active, and so we're well positioned in that market because we're sitting right beside the Newton retail banking branch. So very pleased with that. And then as well, at the end of last year, we made a decision to renovate our town center location. So our town center location has our new branch design. And I think as a member, you'll find it much more friendly from the perspective of where you go when you come in the branch. And it's very much more clear as to where you get provided the services. So we're really pleased with that. And part of renovating that branch was actually giving us the ability to move our commercial banking team to town center. And then, of course, in the fall, we'll be opening up our new High Street branch, and our Minter Street retail branch will move out to High Street, out in West Abbotsford. So lots of fun and interesting things.
Yeah, that's really great. It's really nice to be able to put our branches more in a place where our members can access them. So as we take a look about all of the things that we've just talked about tonight, we've introduced a lot of new products. We've changed our model to an advisory sales model, which have all been really great for our members. But how has that impacted our people? Because they're the ones sort of behind the scenes having to learn and do things a little bit differently.
Yeah, it's a really good question, Launi. I'll tell you, we've had a lot of change over the last couple of years, and And from my perspective, change isn't going to slow down. Things change within our marketplace, and they change within the financial services industry. And if we want to continue to be relevant as an organization, it does constitute the need for change. So I think our people have been really good about that. I think, though, that we've done some things or are trying to do some things that will help them along through the change process. And so one of those is our engagement survey. So we survey our employees, and what that tells us is, what are we doing right as an organization? And also, where are there opportunities that we can improve what we do, and then developing action plans around those improvements to kind of close the gap. So we've just recently completed our engagement survey. We haven't got the results yet, but we had a completion rate, so a participation rate of 90%. So that's pretty good results. It tells us that our people are wanting to provide us with feedback, so that's great.
Yeah, I really think that I've been with the credit union system now for 3 years and with First West, and we really just have some remarkable people. And I know since we merged together at the beginning of January of 2010, we've had 370 people receive promotions, and we've had 411 of our people be able to take on new and expanded roles. So I think it really shows the value of the model in terms of being able to have some career advancement and learn new things, and you don't have to move. So I think it's a really great thing about it. Now, speaking about our people, one thing I know that they love is they love what we do with our communities. And you and your team have done some pretty incredible things out there this past year and really given back a lot from an investment perspective. Can you share a little bit of that with us?
Yes, I'm particularly proud of this. Our organization, Envision, in the Envision region, gave back to the communities $1.3 million last year to community organizations. And that's a lot of money, and that sounds really great, but what I'm more proud of is the time that our people gave back in volunteerism. So our people, this is only tracked time, I can tell you to be a lot more, 4,400 hours of volunteer time in the communities. And that's pretty amazing. That says that our people really have a connection with the community. Something else that I thought I would share is it's something that's near and dear to my heart is a program that we sponsor and partner with Douglas College. And it's a program that partners the Douglas College marketing students with not-for-profit organizations. So this past year, we saw SOS Children's Village, Sources Rent Bank, and the Langley Big Brothers Big Sisters Association benefit from this partnership. And really what it does for the not-for-profits is they get access to a group of students who look at their organizations and look at the opportunities and the challenges and make recommendations and provide them with research that those not-for-profits couldn't afford to pay for. And in return, the students, who many have never volunteered before, become advocates for those not-for-profit organizations in the community, in their student community. And it's interesting because I've talked to many of the students after they've completed the program, and a good portion, if not all of them, will continue to volunteer with those not-for-profits even after this program is finished. So it really is a great way to bring awareness to how important volunteerism is in our communities. And Launi, I don't know if you know this, but I'm pleased to announce tonight that Concentra Financial has stepped up and given Envision, and in turn the Langley Nature's Classroom, a donation of $10,000. Oh, wow. And the Nature's Classroom... The Nature's Classroom is a really unique program because it takes elementary students and it teaches them from the time you plant a seed and take care of whatever you're growing until the point where you harvest, and then when the vegetables or whatever they're growing is harvested, it's then donated to the Langley Food Bank. So it really is a fantastic program in our communities.
Well, congratulations. That's a really big deal for Concentra to award that, because I think they award that to about 10 different credit unions across the country. So that meant that program is pretty impressive. So that's great. Now, I also think you started another new program that you can share with us.
Yes, we did. At the beginning of this year, we introduced the Full Cupboard. And the Full Cupboard is Envision's signature cause. And what it is it's really there to tackle hunger. So Valley First Region in the Okanagan has Feed the Valley, and they've seen tremendous benefits from that and an impact on the community, and we wanted to do something here at Envision. And so, it's a real concern when you hear that over the past 5 years, the number of people using food banks in our communities has increased by 23%. It tells you that hunger is a very important issue that our organization felt we needed to get behind. So our goal is over the next 10 years, we want to raise $1 million in addition to food donations. And so this year we started off by donating $16,000 to the fund, and it will benefit 11 food banks in 10 communities. So it's pretty fantastic. You know, Launi, before I hand it back over to you, one of the things that I didn't mention that I wanted to mention tonight is I want to thank our staff. So, you know, sometimes we take people for granted, and when I look at all of the things that we've accomplished in 2012, it's significant and it's amazing, and we couldn't do it without our people. I am continually, not surprised, but so impressed when I go out to our branches. Our people have so much commitment and passion for our members in doing the right thing and taking care of them. And I want to give them a hand and say thank you very much.
I agree, Shelley, and you know, as you mentioned, the full cupboard was a takeoff from what we do in the Valley First region called Feed the Valley, and I think in just 2.5 years they've already raised about $350,000 and about 9 tons of food. And again, it's in much to the employees in terms of really getting behind it and offering some pretty incredible stuff, so thank you. So wow, you just shared a ton and some pretty amazing events that accomplishments that you and your team are having, and particularly making a meaningful difference in the lives of our members. So I really want to thank you for coming up and sharing with all of us what you've been doing. It's been great.
Thank you.
You're welcome.